hope you've all had a really amazing week. Welcome back to my channel, Ab Fab. Do me a favor and hit that tiny subscribe button down here at the bottom. As you full well know, it doesn't cost you any money, and that way you can come back week after week where we will just hang out and talk about all things to do with makeup and fun. This is my top 5 makeup brush suggestion for your basic 5-brush makeup set. Right, so I want to start off with the obvious, because the obvious makeup that we put on is foundation. And I don't actually have a foundation brush here, and I'll tell you why. Some people just put it on with their fingers. Other people use all kinds of different brushes, beauty blenders, or makeup sponges. I personally find the best way to put on foundation is actually with the beauty blender or the makeup sponge. It just gives a really natural, very skin-like appearance and gives that beautiful professional airbrushed look without being cakey or hard. So I don't actually have a foundation makeup brush, whether it is on the top of my lids as kind of an eyeshadow primer or underneath. I always use under eye concealer. So I have a wonderful pick for that. It's my favorite, not an obvious favorite, but I picked it up. I love it. It was suggested to me by a makeup artist, and now I can't go without it. My MAC 130 synthetic fiber stippling brush. It's the small stippling brush, so you can see on the stippling brush they're packed a little bit tighter, not too dense, and yet it has really long fibers. Synthetic fibers because it is good for liquids, cream, powders, and I just love it. Once I put on my basic under eye concealer, I get in there with my stippling brush and I kind of just start to spread out the product, and then I just do fine little circles until it is just nicely blended without setting into the fine lines and wrinkles. Less is more when it comes to the under eyes, because you want to look fresh. You don't want cakiness or heaviness or anything settling into those fine lines and wrinkles. So talking about eyes, let's go to eyeshadow, because whether it is just going to work or going out on the town for a lovely evening, it's always nice to do a really nice eyeshadow look. And let's be fair, if you're watching this makeup channel, then you're really excited about getting into the whole eyeshadow look. I certainly was when I came on YouTube. There are 2 brushes that I can't do any eyeshadow look without. I'm going to start with my most favorite. This is my MAC. It is my 217 blending brush, and as you can see, it's also synthetic fibers. The beauty of this MAC eyeshadow brush is really just how it's tapered and how it's soft, the way it is cut. It really allows you to kind of get right into the crease or just underneath the orbital bone and really get some beautiful blending going on to your various eyeshadow colors, or else really kind of create a beautiful transitional color, you know, that sort of allows for those really beautiful and more elaborate eyeshadow looks. But either way, day or night, I can't live without my MAC 217 blending brush. Again, synthetic fibers because it's good for liquids, creams, and powders. Last is when you want to give that beautiful halo look, which I really love the halo look, and to do that I always use, whether I'm packing on glitter, a cream, or just a regular nice colored powder, it has to be my 230 all over eyeshadow blending brush. This brush is amazing. It is also a synthetic fiber, and I love it because it's densely packed, but yet it's not too tapered. It's just got not quite at straight edge, but it allows you to get right underneath if you want to carry eyeshadow down and give yourself a smoky look. But when I use it flat, it just lets me pack on that beautiful glitter or color eyeshadow right in the center of the lid for that halo look, and I use this every single day. Alright, so we've done the under eyes, we've talked about the eyeshadow, we've talked about the foundation, the eyeshadow, and the concealer. Now we have to go on to the face, of course. And this one is not an expensive brush. This is my favorite blush brush. It's actually meant to be an all-over sort of purpose brush by Real Techniques. It's not expensive, but this is to me the ultimate blush brush. It is the perfect shape. It's not too big. It is very soft. Again, synthetic fibers. It is kind of cut really nicely on top. It has a soft sort of dome cut, slightly tapered on the sides. It is densely packed, but not too much so that you don't get movement. It is the perfect blending brush because, you know, I have so many different blushes, but they're all varying degrees of pigmentation and color. And sometimes I'll grab one that I haven't used that is really pigmented. I throw it on and it's like, wow. And if you ever get that, you never have to fret with this brush because really you just put it on and then you start to blend away. But it's also very good for an overall sort of powder brush as well as just kind of getting in and blending any harsh lines. That is the real techniques. I believe they call it their all-purpose brush. I call it the ultimate blush brush. You've got to get yourself one of those. They're at any of the drugstores and really cheap. Such a great brush. All right, the very last is the one brush that, again, I use every single day, and I can't go out of the house without it. It's a little expensive. It's the most expensive, actually, of all of my brushes, and this is my NARS Ita Kabuki brush. This is a great kabuki brush that is densely packed, but in a straight line. I just love the handle, and I use this for my nose contour. It's just one of those things now when I look at my face, when I've put my makeup on, I just can't go out of the house without doing a little nose contouring. And I think it's really important because to me it finishes off the overall makeup look because really everybody's looking at the center of the face. And in order to do that, you need a really good linear brush. Sure, you could put on nose contour, you could put on contour with any kind of brush, but to get a nice fine line that blends out soft and doesn't look like when you turn your head that it is an obvious line there that you tried to contour, the NARS Ita Kabuki brush as well. It is amazing for doing contouring, your jaw contouring, because once you get the line, then you can turn it sideways and then just blend all those contour lines soft. And those are my 5 picks. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.